All right, another beautiful day live here at the newspaper stand 7 vendor, where we get to give you new headlines and things that are happening in the country. Looking at some of the newspaper today, I have with me the Punch paper, and if you look at the major headline here, it's an anti-kidnapping protest holds in Abuja today as 10 suspects arrested. Anti-suspecting kidnapping protest holds in Abuja today as 10 suspects arrested. You can find that on page 2 of the paper. So adoption epidemic, it seems a lot of insecurity threat in Abuja. Last time we saw a family of 6 that was kidnapped and one of them killed, and also another family again. Insecurity is beginning to happen here in Abuja. And down here, Tinubu vows to crack down on kidnappers, agent of darkness, adopters kill hotel barman. Then FG saves 8 trillion from subsidy removal. Forex FX reform, Tinubu panel 8 trillion, but Nigerians are going to be asking the question, the 8 trillion naira, where is the impact on the economy? Because we are still seeing hunger in the land, seeing a lot of hunger in the land. So those questions are very pertinent that we ask those questions. What is the 8 trillion? We saw earlier the issue of fuel subsidy removal that brought about some of the hardship that we find in the country today. The government talked about doing CNG buses, but we've not seen any of these coming to fruition today. Then, okay, we're seeing refinery Dangote investors gain 1.2 trillion. Dangote investors gain 1.2 trillion. Page 20 of the paper, we're not seeing the impact and we're seeing gains already. Nigeria plunges to 1,300 per dollar at parallel market today. 1,300. The dollar, the naira is becoming more useless to the dollar every day. But we hope that this issue is fixed quickly. Okay, many fear dead as a massive explosion rock Ibadan. Many fear dead as massive explosion rock Ibadan on page 29 of the Punch paper. Quickly, let's come to the Nation's paper. On the Nation's paper here on the news, the window page is saying Shell to sell onshore oil well for $2.4 billion. Then EFCC quizzes AGF in humanitarian ministry probe. Then declare winner PDP Nasarawa candidate tells Supreme Court boat accident, 8 bodies pulled out of Niger River. Then down here we're seeing torrent of tribute for BC Akonde at 85 birthday. Then President raises red alert over rising banditry and kidnapping. So then the early paper in Abuja is becoming something worrisome, of concern. Then Buhari, why Adin fire MFL. A very interesting story here on page 5 of the Nation's newspaper. Claim on cabal existence, bloody nonsense. APC primary 2023. This is Buhari coming to tell us why he didn't fire MFLA, and he talked about some sort of cabal that were there for MFLA backing him out. But you can find that on page 5 of the Nation's paper. Quickly, let's look at Daily Trust. Daily Trust on the window page is saying resident fear dead, building destroyed as explosion rock Ibadan. You can find that on page 5 of Daily Trust paper. Then Supreme Court reserved judgment in Nasarawa KB governorship dispute. Page 11 of the paper. NSA office commits 32 billion to renew building. I want to understand what is happening in Nigeria. NSA, National Security Advisor's Office, commits 32 billion to renew office. We're talking about hunger in the land, and you are using 32 billion to renew office of the national security. Wow, it's so worrisome, I must say. Then it's misplacement of priority. CSO expert, of course, misplacement of priority. I tend to agree with this. 32 billion when we're talking about hunger in the land, and you want to use this to fix an office complex. I think it's really misplacement of priority, if you get my take. Insecurity, bandit adopt 17 in Niger. Tinubu summons service chief. FG6 France help. Then IGP deploys DIGs in Abuja. Then security agents have gone to sleep. Senator Kingebe. I think it's time for Nigeria to get away from this reactive kind of action, going into proactiveness, because we don't wait until things happen. Because whenever these things happen, the life of Nigerians go for it. You don't wait until things happen before the government start deploying. Now you are deploying IGP, you are deploying this, you are taking measures. No, you do that before this happens. I believe we have experts who should be able to give some of this surveillance before these things happen. So it's not a good one, but see, kudos to the IGP for doing all of that. Let's look at the Vanguard paper here. On the window page, NNPC should have privatized refinery before rehabilitation. That is the former PDP candidate Atiku Abubakar. 83 illegal refineries uncovered in 1 week. Page 9. I prepared myself a probe. Buhari. This is Buhari coming to say that, well, a lot of allegations and talk have trailed the internet, saying that the regime of President President Muhammadu Buhari was followed with a lot of corruption practices out there. But Buhari is saying here he is prepared for probe. So whatever panel that want to be set for him is ready to stand and face that panel there. You can find that on page 2 of the Guardian paper. Then Tinubu wicked rise again insecurity, vow renewed action. Mid-service chief vow to secure every inch of Nigeria, says he inherited many asset liabilities from Buhari. And IGP Mace task force, tactical squad commanders. Others, DIG operations coordinate accelerated upscale operation. Then Wike summons emergency security meeting, raise a riot act to council bosses. Kaduna to get more military operation bases. Then Uba Sani laments resurgence of attack on Kaduna Abuja highway. Summons monarchs. Then direct state to set up local police. Afenifere tells FG, says failure to use BVN to track perpetrators, indictment on security agency. Like somebody said here earlier, the cause of this insecurity basically should be a result of hunger. There is hunger in the land. People are hungry. So if you find some Nigerians, you can tag it as being great, whatever it is, but if they find an opportunity that they could make quick money, I think at this point, people are dying of hunger. So if you will still go and make money, perhaps you might die, you might not die. So if they find that opportunity that you can make ₦1 million, ₦2 million, just kidnapping somebody, I think a lot of people are going to go out for that. So government should tackle fix the economy, so we have a reduction of some of these insecurity excesses that we have in the country. Building destroys as explosion rock parts of Ibadan. We saw that in the early papers, but you can find it on page 8 of the Vanguard paper. FG building fiscal resilience to reduce foreign borrowing. That's what Finance Minister is saying. All right, on sport, it's saying AFCON 2023, Nigerians should keep supporting us. Trust Ekong Bags. Well, Nigerians have always been supportive. I think you guys should always give me your best as well. All right, let's look at this day quickly. On the window page here, FG, cutting budgetary expenditure, not feasible option for Nigeria. Now, that is what the federal government is saying out there. And then Rowan, Nigeria is at mercy of its creditors, investors, and others. You saw the rate of dollar, naira to dollar. Naira is almost becoming more useless today. $1, 1,300 to $1. No wonder the things are just going up higher. Then Article 4, NNPCL plan private sector operators of Port Harcourt refinery. We saw that on one of the papers earlier, where articles say NNPC should have been privatized. NNPC should have a privatized refinery before rehabilitation. That's what article is saying there. So I guess this day is also highlighting on that. Then let's come on the major page here. Tinubu, Buhari courageously took over power when terrorism peaked in 2015. Now, that is what the current president is saying out there. That Buhari came into power when there was incessant and heightened security issues, so he tagged that as being courageous. Then vows not to relent until agents of darkness are eliminated. Buhari declares readiness to account for his tenure. We saw that in one of the papers. Buhari said, I prepared myself a probe. So if you accuse him of corrupt practices in terms of embezzlement of funds, Buhari is saying out there that set up the panel and I'll be ready to appear and defend myself. That's what the president is saying out there. All right, Shell strike landmark deal to sell all onshore Nigerian oil assets for $2.8 billion. Okay, so consortium of 4 local firms, 1 foreign COI to take over operation. Assets include 15 onshore, 3 shallow waters, OMLs, 458 million barrels. Then Shell to focus on deep water integrated gas operation. Profile of Renion's energy leadership who bought Shell Nigeria. So these are the faces of people who bought Shell Nigeria. We have Mr. Samuel Doso Award there, then Dr. Layi Fatona, and the rest of them out there. Quickly, let's look at Guardian. All right, FG on the window page here, FG up for conditional divestment of as oil major trade 4.5 billion assets. Wow. Endless hurdles for free trade zone at 32 years after. News analyst page 4. You can see that then US court to repatriate over 5 billion naira stolen assets to Nigeria. We keep getting all of this repatriation fund every year, but where is the impact on Nigerians? Nigerians are saying that they are not even seeing this money at all. But then we don't need you to share the money, to put this in the economy so that it can start thriving. We still get what we see. All right, so that is that on that repatriation for on Guardian. Then the FG orders border closures still in force, says Custom. Then State Police restructuring security agency Panacea to kidnapping and others. Okay, you can find out page 7 of the Guardian paper. Okay, political class security chiefs promise action on killing, adoption epidemic. I mean, I keep saying this every time. Nigerian security agents tend to be reactive in most cases, but before this reaction takes place, a lot of Nigerians go down. People die, and the ordinary Nigerians are the ones facing all of this. So why don't you get proactive instead of reaction? Not until somebody is killed before you guys come together that you want to take action. You take the action first so the Nigerian life will matter. I don't support all of those kind of action. So for me, if you ask me, it looks a bit hypocritical because you are aware of insecurity. So you go down to the root and deal decisively with insecurity. Not until the lives of Nigerians, if a Nigerian die, that is when government tend to rise up that they want to tackle insecurity. It is not a good thing to be done. Like the former president, military leader, Sani Abacha said, if you have insecurity threat in the country, within 24 hours, the government of the day knows something about it. So the government is not oblivious of all of these action. All they need to do is to take decision. No matter who goes down, let decisions that will save Nigeria as a body be taken. All right, on leadership paper, on the window page here, Trump sweeps lower caucus ahead of 2024 raise, 80 rescue, 12 confirmed dead in Niger boat mishap. All right, down here, council domestic crude oil allocation to ease forest supplies. That's Agora policy out there. On the major page here, Tinubu, Wike, service chiefs brainstorm on crisis. It is disturbing, ungodly, says president. IGP orders DIG to crush kidnappers. The FCT minister gives area council chairman marching orders. Government kills 17 Nasarawa community attack. All right, that's all majorly on the leadership paper. Tribune here, why I didn't sack MFLA? That's what Buhari is saying. He said defend Nigerian redesign policy. Why I didn't sack MFLA? You can find all of that on page 4 of the paper. So like Buhari, I have adopted policy of non-interference. That is what Tinubu is saying. Same on page 4 of the paper. Plateau attack, middle belt, southern leaders advocate state policing. Then explosion of rocks section of Ibadan. Okay, we saw all of that. I don't know what resulted to that explosion, but you can find that on the pages of the paper. Okay, let's read here. Security men flood part of Bodija estate. Many injured, rushed to UCH. Other hospitals, vibration from blast fell across cities. Houses shattered, destroyed. Malls affected. Government described explosion as uncommon. Deploy security paramilitary chiefs, fire service operative, Neymar staff, part of rescue operation. Number of dead, injured, unknown. That's what the police are saying out there. Then APC adopt the red primaries for Edo, Goba polls, and Edo APC resigns. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so Omobugado tells Supreme Court to declare winner of Nasarawa governorship election and fiscal federalism restructuring important for good governance. That's what Makinde is saying. As Tinubu, Shetima, governors, others extol Akonde's mentorship and leadership virtue. All right, two more papers and then we round up. Let's look at Daily Sun. Nigerian stolen asset, UK court orders return of 8.2 billion. Direct money to be used for armed purchase. Then insecurity, no rest until agent of darkness eliminated, says Tinubu. Okay, so anxiety at Supreme Court reserved judgment on Nasarawa KB governorship poll. Okay, let's look at the point paper this morning. 54 years old, 54 years after, Nigerians say causes of civil war yet to be addressed. Wow. It asks government to confront growing poverty, insecurity, divisions to prevent another conflict. We are conquered people. Only Obasanjo believe war has ended, says Igbo elders. Tinubu inherited a balkanized country, should correct errors. That's what analysts are saying out there. Then we're seeing experts dissect consequences of special investigation of CBN on economy. Many PDP members committed worse errors than Wike G5 members during 2023 election, acting national security. That is all. Telegraph, and then we wrap up. Pandemonium as massive explosion rock Ibadan. All right, that's all we can take today. And the newspaper review live here at the newspaper stand in Abuja. Please don't forget to subscribe on all our social media handles. On YouTube in particular, you have 7FM and TV on Instagram, and Facebook 7TV Nigeria, on Instagram 7TV Nigeria, and then on Twitter 7TV _Nigeria. I am Austin B. Sunum, and this is 7TV. Don't touch the dial.